So this is a great opportunity to go very intimate. I must say that when I discover Nusē, do I say it right, Nusē? Nusē.
Yeah, Nusē.
When I discovered this album, I usually don't listen to hip-hop on a regular basis as such, but not anymore. This album opened up a lot of avenues for me. And again, I have to say I'm a super fan, and it's an album that already affected me since I started listening to it. I studied this album very much so. I know this album in depth, though the language will speak about it. I don't speak Hawa? Ewe. I don't speak it, but I can mime it. So because I listened to the album for a long time, I can pretend that I know the lyrics. It's like when we were little kids and didn't know the language of English and we pretended to sing.
Yeah.
So, welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And I want to thank... There you go. That's the opening intro of the album. So you can feel that there is a strong message there. There is positive, be you, be great. And I listened to the album when I had a really bad day. And it was the right day to listen to the album. So let's start with the album cover. It's quite a resting image. Tell us a little bit about it.
First of all, this is the room I grew up in, my grandmother's house, and I imagined this all along, and I was wondering how I was going to execute it. I actually wanted to let people understand that you are your own slave and you are your own master. If you want to do something, if you say you want to do something, and 2 days, 3 days, it's not done, it's not anybody's fault. It's just because you didn't pick it up and do it. So it's like something within you is telling you or restricting you from not doing it. It's probably a lazy, procrastinating, or you understand. So it's like I wanted something to show that it was something powerful. I always felt there was something really powerful stopping me from doing things, and another something powerful asking me to do things, you know. So I didn't know how to execute it, and anything I've said in my music is not because I know and I'm telling you, it's because I have deciphered it myself and I'm putting it out there. So it's not like I know something, no, it's because I've thought so much about it and I'm just trying to put it out there. So like in this case, I can't say one is not necessarily the other is not, because the master is sitting inside, I'm sitting on the chair, and then the slave is down there, and it's the same person, that's me. And by the way, they're not twins, it's the same me sitting in the chair and sitting on the floor. So that means it's one person divided into two. And this one person is the same person holding himself as a slave down there, and the same person holding back not to like break out of the chains, just sitting there. You understand? So it's up to you, that one person, to choose which you want to be. You understand? So you can choose to be sitting down there, or you can choose to be sitting up there. But in any case, no matter how you find yourself, at a point in time, you find yourself like sitting down there, and it feels so good sitting down there sometimes, because you don't want to do it. You feel like, oh, this place is nice, you know, and you look at people doing things that you want to do, and you want to do it, but you're sitting down there, and you feel so comfortable, so it's fun there, you know, you're just chilling, and there's nothing pushing you to do anything. So that part is also necessary, because if you are not down, you will not know how to get up. If you are not down, you will not know how to to be powerful. If you're not down, if you've never been down before, you will not even respect people who are down, because you look at them and you're like, why are you down? Like, can't you do something? Instead of telling them, take your time and get out of it and be the one sitting in the chair. So both these things are, like, I don't know whether I should say forces or spirits or I don't know whatever it is, that I feel is within me as a human being. And I don't know whether it's within other human beings, but I'm just telling people what I have gone through and and how I have executed my way of, accomplishing things. You understand? So that's what it means actually. And so, like, you're your own slave and you're your own master. You have to choose which to do at each point in time. They are all important, but it's up to you to be strong and sit in the chair more. Yeah.
On the chair on the floor.
Yeah, on the chair on the floor. And also, it's not about just me, it's about my people too, because it all boils down to every single human being. You can't tell a crowd of people to do something, like move here, move there. It's very difficult to do that. But when you break it down individually as a person, every person, they understand it and they listen to the music, and individually they understand what you mean. So once they come together, they are thinking alike. You don't have to call all of them and say, please wait, keep quiet, listen, I want to tell you something. They won't mind you. You understand? So it's best, I thought it was best to take it from the point of view as a single person, one by one, Yeah, so it's not about just me, it's about my race, my people.
Who designed the cover?
I designed the cover. I didn't have a camera, so of course I borrowed a friend's camera, Fred, and he brought his camera and a stand, and I told him to keep it at one place. And I actually explained everything to him. So he kept the camera standing at one place, I got a stand, and I sat there and took the picture, I sat there, took the picture. Then I took both pictures and I edited it. That's my grandmother's tape, the radio. That's my new, like, when the guitar my uncle bought me, and my mom's bag, the TV. But by the way, those frames up there were photoshopped because I didn't want to nail the walls, it was too low. So I put them together and I put the chain, I photoshopped the chain there, and I photoshopped the pictures there too. That's my mom over there. That's me when I was young, and my cousin, and that's me when I was young. So, yeah, I think that's it. I edited it myself.
So this album, it takes time to get to know the album. It's a bit complex of an album. Who doesn't know the album, by the way? Raise your hand. Okay, little. So you will have a very interesting experience probably after that to go and listen to it. It's an album that it's a bit complex. There's so many, again, for me, there's a lot of messages there and philosophy that it takes time to process it. So it's an album that it's not a one-off that you listen to it and then you got it. There is hidden messages and straight to the point messages. So it's an album that, again, for me, it brought me back to my childhood. I listened to it and I became a child at school, being told off that I have to follow everyone and do this, and I was a rebel saying, I don't want to do this, I want to be an artist, and kind of, no, you can't do that. It brought me back to this point that I was negotiating with myself, probably it's this, negotiating with myself what I want, how do I get it, and how I negotiate with the outside world that tells me what they think I want to do, to be. So it was very emotional for me to go back to this time and kind of assess. And thank God I was very strong and I was a rebel and I knew that I want to follow my own dreams, though it was very hard to fight society, parents, school, etc. So I think this is what, when I saw you live on Saturday, all I wanted is many young people to go and listen to this album and to see it, because I think it will help them realize their own strength.
This is how hip hop is supposed to sound. You understand? It got to a time I realized about communication, and it was easier when I spoke, like the way I spoke, when I write, the way I speak. It was easier that way, so I just had to take it like that. And also, difference in the music is probably because I like orchestral music. I like Enya, I like sound clouds. When I watch a movie like Thor, I can go back, download every soundtrack of Thor. I have soundtracks of Thor, I have soundtracks of The Hobbit, Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, I love those. It's amazing how they can put like about 6 or 200 instruments together and there's no distortion. You know, there's no clashing. It sounds beautiful. I think that's a perfection. To me, I feel that's a perfection of music, because and since I can't achieve that, and I grew up in a hip hop industry, in a hip hop world. My parents, my aunties, they were all hippie, reggae and hip hop. So I was influenced by that. So when you listen to most of my tunes, you realize there's a lot of strings, violins, and all that. Because I think that's one of the reasons why my songs are different from the Ghanaian music. And also, it's because I didn't fall in love with music when I was growing up. You know, a lot of people, they were like, oh, I started music when I was 6 years old. I started music when I fell in love with music when I was 4 years old. But not for me. It was like around 18 years old. So,
late bloomer.
Yeah, late bloomer kind of thing. So it was, I wasn't influenced by a lot of Ghanaian music, not a lot. If so, it would have sounded like what you wanted to hear. And probably if you went back into High Life and listened to a little bit of Osibisa or Hammer of the Last Two, you'd realize there's a little similarities there with my music, because they inspire me too. And I like Enya, I like Kendrick.
Yeah, you did a cover of Enya,
cover of
and it's a very curious cover of Enya.
Yeah.
You took it somewhere else.
Yeah, it was.